Welcome to Cushion Confessions here with Shmoog and Frosty. This week on Cushion Confessions, we have Partysaurus Rex. How are you doing, Partysaurus?
Just dandy, hanging in there, living that recovery life.
Let me take this off real quick. Look, everyone, just compare our mullets,
Oh yeah, the
mullet
mullets. Oh
brothers.
yeah, there we go.
At this
There we
point,
go.
oh,
Yep.
see, yours. I mean, hey, we're both looking real good. Holy
Heck
cow!
yeah. And
It's
it's
the
funny you said that. I just scheduled an appointment tomorrow to get this touched up too. So
touched up though, right? Not
yeah,
not
touched up, not
not
cut,
not
not
rid
cut.
of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We're doing the skin high fade there. So
That kind of like the picture I posted and shared. It was like
yes,
real skin high,
exactly.
and I was
Yep.
like,
Yep.
"Man, this is short, but I really liked it." So,
Yep. Yep.
well, gosh. So the way we've been doing Cushion Confessions this year, we're actually partnered by Respawn, me and Frosty, and now we welcome you to the partnership, and and it's a pretty crazy story because what our plan was for this whole segment or this month long challenge of Respawn was, of course, to bring back Cushion Confessions, but now we are partnered Respawn podcast. And our plan this week was to bring on people from 2023 recruits and talk to them about their experience. And something magical happened just this last, gosh, was it last week already?
Yeah, it was
It was
last week.
last week.
Yeah.
Like, pinch me. Like, is it real? Right? Like, just
Yeah.
happened last
Yeah.
week already. And for those of you that don't know, explain kind of what happened in your own way.
Well, essentially, I was in the hospital. I came down with gallstones. I was actually up on a business trip up in Denver, and the very beginning of the business trip, real bad stomach pains. Long story short, ended up in the ER and then in the hospital. Along the way, we discovered that I had three gallstones, two of which were blocking my liver, and then a tube essentially that delivers bile, your digestive enzymes,
Mm-hmm.
for digestion. There's another one that was blocking the entryway into the small intestine. And then we discovered I also had pancreatitis because a gallstone was blocking my pancreas. So it was just a whole whirlwind of a good 4 to 5 days. But within that time, I've been pushing for this sponsorship or this partnership for years. I'm still rocking a 5-year-old RSP original 110. That was gifted to me. Um, Immediately fell in love with the product. Found their Twitter. Loved everything that they were about. Um, and yeah, so I've been in the Respawn, partnership events for the last 3 years. First years, I didn't even make the initial cut.
And that was a lot of people, wasn't it? That was
That was so the
a
first
lot.
two were still 1,100 to 1,200 people plus. I believe
Crazy.
I think the first one was 1,200, and then the second year I did it, with Hydrated, Haley,
Mm-hmm.
that was still 1,100, and I made the initial
Crazy.
750 cut, and then 2023 summer into fall, I made the top 50. But throughout the whole time in my hospital stay, my hospital visit, I didn't stop creating content because I've been wanting this, and I'm laid up in a hospital bed. Of course, I do my edits on my phone
Mm-hmm.
anyways. I,
Yeah.
I use an app called Video Leap, and so I was like, you know what? While I'm waiting for results or I'm waiting for MRIs or my next scan, I might as well just
Do
knock
it.
something out.
Yeah.
Yeah, knock something out, and then we all know Bad Wolf Rose, so big shout out to her. She actually took the time out of her day and got me Gordon. So Gordon is now the new CEO of Party Source Rex Streams. He gets the VIP
Gordon.
treatment. Yeah, Gordon. But yeah, and so me and Bad Wolf Rose, she bought her Swift or her Switch along, and as we're firing up Mario Party, we literally just looked at each other and said, "You want to record this?" And
And that's
that
awesome.
video, and that
Yeah.
video was spawned on my Twitter page, and and that
Mm-hmm.
was that was not even an hour and a half after I got out of surgery. She came and visited me. And so as I'm literally the morphine's wearing off, my
Mm-hmm.
hair is all over the place.
Right.
She yeah, took the time and visited me. So I'm forever like grateful for her. Because like as I was mentioning, I did all of that, by myself. And again, we're not trying to throw a pity party here, but nobody really texted me, nobody really, outside of the Respawn family. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody that was either partnered or at least a recruit, they were reaching out, and
Yeah.
everybody here in the Respawn community definitely made me feel way less alone, because there's my own family.
Right. No, yeah. I
So
mean, I feel you. Like, ever since being partnered or just being around everyone in this community, it's like it's so cliche to say coming from this side of things, but like it really is a family, and
yeah, I
like
mean, it really
Tyler
is
cares so
definitely.
much. Like, it's just
Oh, it's amazing, because without how many, the daily, energy drink companies we see, or any other just video game peripheral companies, like everyone's, oh, we foster XYZ, but I'm like, I don't think you guys really
hmm
understand what Tyler's built.
yeah,
Like, and the fact that, I know, you guys divulged to me, it was either the Monday after I came back, or it was like my first brainstorm session that I got to join in the partner chat, that you guys were already, were speaking highly of me before even that my hospital visit, happened.
yeah,
So, and the fact that, you guys not only made me feel validated, I know you guys make everybody else that's doing the best that they possibly can also, you ensure that they get their dues with all the hard work everyone else is doing.
yeah.
So
I agree. I think coming from that side of things, it's like we see the work that everyone puts in, and now you being on this side of it, you can really see our perspective now of how much work people are putting in, and it's just like super inspiring. Like now, like it's probably kind of weird coming from your end because your challenge per se was cut short for a partnership, and now you get to see all the spotlights. You get the exclusive talks that we have in our chats of, hey, this person's doing great, hey, this person's doing great. And for any of you guys listening, like, just like keep going. And this wasn't an invite only like Respawn. Like, that is huge regardless of what you make it. And I know we ourselves are like, it's hard on us because like we, if you guys didn't know, we vouched you guys in. We said these are the creators that we think are the, 110 at that point are the best creators that we think, and we want them in here. And like, don't let that go to fault. If if you get cut in this next round, do not feel bad. You keep going. You can take it from Party. He didn't stop. He literally the last 3 years, and he's like, I'm in a hospital bed. Why the hell would I stop now? Like, I've dedicated so much time to this, and I love this product. And correct me if I'm wrong. If you got cut, you'd be like, see you next time. Like, I'm here. Like, I'm still here. I'm still
yep.
going.
That
Like,
was that was the year in, year out debate, and it would be funny too, because August is usually, the summertime is usually when the traditional, um I don't like using the word competition,
recruits,
because it's
recruits,
not,
recruits.
yeah, the
Yeah.
recruits, yeah,
Yes.
I don't like using that term because it's really not
Agreed.
a competition. You're not competing with anybody. Like, this
Other
is
than
literally,
yourself. Other than yourself.
right. Like, I like what Frosty says. It is literally the best job interview that you could possibly have.
Of course. Yeah.
Um, but so yeah, every summer last 2-3 years, I would creep on the Respawn page. I'm like, okay, where's the
Right.
deeds for the sign up, where's it at?
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's year in, year out, I've always learned something more about myself. And that's, even if you don't move on to the next round, as long as you can internalize, it's like, hey, I made it this far. Yeah, it's already the mindset that the company looks for.
Right. Yeah. And I think kind of the exclusive talk that you guys get with this episode is like that decision, was like Tyler ultimately, takes everything that we say with a grain of salt because he is ultimately, our boss at this point. He is ultimately social media manager, partner manager. Like he also has a boss, and he also has stuff he needs to follow. And at that point, it's like, look, Party's working his ass off. He's in a hospital, and he's still doing it. And like at that point, he's like, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. And it was 33 however many thumbs up. And it's like, yeah, why wouldn't we do it? And Tyler's like, I can make my own rules. Like, there's no rules to this challenge. And we've known that from these past challenges. There's no rules.
Yeah.
Tyler gives breaks. Tyler says, like, hey, you're struggling to submit your video by 11:59 Thursday. You can give it to me at 8 a.m. Like, that's okay. You're here. We understand we all have family. We have obligations. We have jobs. But that's the cool thing about Respawn. Like, there's so many diverse people in here, VTubers, karaoke men. Like, there's just so many that it's cool. Podcasting, like, we're just such a huge variety, and like Tyler understands that and knows that.
Yep. Yeah, 100%.
So walk me through like that moment, like, because you were streaming when it happened.
I was, yeah.
And you were playing Rock Band. And
so
and it's just like, whoa.
That was like the second part of that. So like I said, so that whole weekend was just a mind,
A lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So, because we also found out too, that I was actually facing eviction from this current residence that I was living in. And at that point of delivery, that was on March 6th. So I was still in the hospital when I came across that eviction notice. And I initially didn't see it because my landlord slid it underneath my door. And obviously walking in from the hospital,
you're not thinking about that.
I didn't even look down. I was just like, oh my God, there's my bed. Let me pop these pills and knock the fuck out. So part of my language.
Legal pills, prescribed pills, prescribed.
Yeah, legal pills. But yeah, so it was the next day, I woke up and I was like, what is this? And yeah, so there it was. And so I was like, okay. So I was in a panic. I didn't know what to do. Actually one of my really good friends who's a recruit right now, Eagles, I called him, and that's how good of a relationship we have. We talk all the time, and he's like, you know what, dude, I would just make a GoFundMe. Like, and he knows me. I don't beg. I don't do subathons. It's just, it's just how I was raised. And it's just, any predicaments that I put myself in, because I'm the one that put myself in a predicament, I'm the one that needs to get myself out. So asking for help is not something that I do, but I was like, my back was up against the wall, didn't know what else. And I was like, you know what, let me just do this. And yeah, holy cow. And within an hour, the money was raised for me to not get kicked out within an hour. And people were still donating even afterwards. I know Kiz, Frosty were really the ones that were behind making the overlays and making the alerts for the various partners that were already streaming. I know Care Bear was one of them. Mama Lumi was another one. Phoenix was another one. And if I'm missing anybody, I apologize. But I know those three specifically afterwards that I had found out that they were all involved. But so I was like, you know what? I'm only 2 days away from, my surgery. I'm still in substantial pain, but, I can't not just say thank you in a public manner, because I that's just not who I am. If anybody shows even an ounce of support, I always make thank you tweets even after my streams,
right?
Even if nothing is going on, but people talking, that I'm more than grateful for that. So I wanted to at least hop on stream, and it was only meant to be like an hour because that's how much energy I had to even sit up by myself. It was not supposed to be what had transpired. So there I am, I'm thanking people. More and more people are coming in. Of course, at the time, I thought it was like, oh, we love you. We're here, so good to see you. But in reality, Tyler had posted that tweet while all of this was going on. So Titan, being the little smart smarty pants that he is, he was like, let's distract him even more and let's play Rock Band. And I was like, Titan, I want to so bad. I don't know. He's like, dude, just get on real quick. I was like, I don't know if I can even hold a guitar against my abs, but I was like, all right, you know what? I'll show up and show out. And at one point I think I reached 9, and before we even started playing Rock Band, I think I had 90 people in the chat, and a lot of
Crazy.
it was you guys. A lot of it was Respawn, the recruits to Tyler, to you and the partners. Yeah, I mean, we had everybody in there, and so as we're playing, Titan finally goes, "Look at your phone." Everyone in the chat
Look at your
was
phone.
like,
Look at your phone.
look at your phone, look at your phone," and I'm like, "What?" So, and me being dumb, right? Like, I didn't like go to notifications, like the
Didn't
little
process.
bell.
Didn't
It
process.
didn't, because I was still, like hopped up on, the good,
Legal.
and I
Legal.
was
Legal.
like, legal,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
But so, like, I'm physically scrolling my timeline on Twitter,
Right. Ugh.
and then I see it. I stopped. I froze. My picture right there, and already an emotional wreck from the. I when I tell you that I was nearing panic attacks, when I was sitting here trying to not like audibly cry by myself, like it was. I'm pretty sure I went through every single emotion during that day that a human could possibly go through.
Mm-hmm.
And then the only emotion I didn't experience was happiness and joy. And I got those last two emotions like during. I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional again, but like it just having everybody there, just whether they shared any capacity of the GoFundMe or whether they were just simply there supporting me, it's absolutely crazy because it circles back to me feeling alone in a hospital by myself, and people are supposed to be there for me aren't, haven't called, haven't texted. It put a real perspective of who these people are to me today after everything is over, and then seeing that there are people that haven't even met me in real life or haven't even known me longer than what the Respawn Invitational has been going on for. The
Yeah.
fact that everybody was there just simply showing love is exactly why I have been fighting for this partnership for so long and been working for so long, because this is what this community is. It's anybody could be going through an up or a down. Everybody is right there, hand in hand, arm in arm, supporting everybody. And so, yeah, that night was just absolutely insane. Tyler coming in, everybody just having a good time, and that's what I try to foster with Rock Band.
Mm-hmm.
It's not necessarily, because the question was asked by Kate when we were doing our ice cream social. She's like, "So, what are party vibes?" So, my definition of party vibes is not necessarily, being hyperactive, like not necessarily,
Right.
but it's about vibes. Party vibes and just being loving in one community is what I've always tried to foster. So to me, if anybody just hops in just for Rock Band, and if you guys saw what I do on Rock Band, it's exactly why I play it.
Yeah.
So
And real quick, another huge shout out to Wolf. I mean, she reached out to you and was like, "Where are you? I feel like we're
mhm.
close." And you're like, and she's like, "20 minutes? No way. I'm coming to see you." And you're like, "No, you're not." She's like, "Yes, I
Yep,
am." "No, you're not."
yep.
"Yes, I am." And then she showed up. And
And she
like,
showed up. Yep,
and like,
yep,
I'm getting chills just talking about it. Like the fact
yep.
that like, again, someone that we know online, like I feel so close to everyone in this community. And like, I think we talk about it like every day in our partner chat. It's just like, I can trust everyone in here. Like I'll give Bugsy a shout out for a minute. Like Bugsy isn't too active because he's a working man, but every time I talk to the dude, it's like we didn't skip a beat.
Hmm.
Same with our last talk, me and Breadman and Hydrated. I haven't talked to Breadman in a minute because he's always working. But again, us hopping on and talking is like we didn't skip a beat from the last time when we talked. And that's just that's real genuine like friendships at that point. and
Oh,
for
absolutely.
Rose to do that is just insane.
Yep. Yeah, I agree because it as much as, everyone preaches love and positivity, but who would actually go out of their way and do something like that? To me, that's something that will always speak volumes of people. I
Yeah,
mean, what had happened even just during that one stream, everybody showing up speaks volumes of what the community and Tyler has built. It's just because nobody had to show up and nobody had to celebrate my win with me. Nobody had to do that. Nobody had to even drop those subs that people, golly, nobody had to do anything that night.
just
But
hang
the
out and
fact,
talk. Yeah, like
yep, that's it.
agreed. I
Yep.
think that's why
So,
most of us feel like we want to do it because we just like this interaction. We like this social talking. We have the same interests. We're like nerds and gamers and like everyone like I'm going to be 30 this year and like it's like
yep,
I'm still a nerd. I'm still like
yep.
I'm never going to I hate to say it like I'm never going to grow up, but I feel like I'm like never going to
Oh,
grow
yeah,
up. Like this
100%.
is
Yeah, 100%.
just like what we're all passionate about, and that's what's cool to be surrounded by so many passionate people that want to be here for the right reasons. And like, yeah, again, I just congratulations again. I know everyone
Thank
has
you.
said it so
Yeah,
much, but like
yeah.
it's
It's
well
still
deserved. So
it's still surreal. Yeah, I'm still, yeah, I think, that specific stream and that specific moment is always gonna I'm always gonna carry that. And like, because that's something that made my day go from absolute ass to just something that I've always dreamed about. I've always dreamed about having a partnership or a sponsorship like that. So,
yeah. Now, how bummed are you that you're not gonna get to finish the challenge?
I'm actually kind of like, oh man,
Because you had
because I
plans. Because you had
know
plans. Like
I did have,
You and
yeah,
Kate are still doing your thing with the ice cream social,
yeah,
which is great.
yeah, yeah. I mean, because I even said too, and I think that was just me still living off of the hype. I said I still wanted to do the challenges, but this recovery has been a little bit more difficult than what I had anticipated.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so I'm trying to listen to my body as best I can. And obviously, I'm still playing Rock Band and pressing
Yeah.
a
Right.
full instrument against my abdomen when I
Right.
know I shouldn't be. But um, I'm still bummed because as I mean, I think, and not bummed in the term of like, oh me,
Right.
but like,
Right.
it's
Yeah.
yeah, I actually had the road plan. I had the whole kit and caboodle, and obviously Tyler's not going to stop me from doing that because he
Right.
never would. Like he wouldn't stop anybody that wanted to
Right.
continue doing challenges, even if somebody got cut. Because that's exactly what Sith did last year.
Yep.
Sith finished what, the last three. He was top 50 with me, so I
Took the
think he
top
did the
50.
top
Yeah.
25. Yeah, so I think he at least did the top 25. Not entirely sure about the top 10, um, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how I'm feeling because I am supposed to go back to work on Monday. So
Boo.
I'm gonna, yeah, I know. Especially my job is a lot of walking, so I'm gonna have to really pay attention to myself. But we'll see how it goes. But for the most part, I love putting in the work. I love putting in the effort, and if there's another one or two challenges that I can simply do or use previous footage for, I'll probably do something like that. But
Right.
for the most part, I really just have to pay attention to what my body is telling me and just go slow.
Right. So this should be out in time for the for the top 25 and kind of give me a thought process of so we're going from 50 to 25 by Friday, and then new challenge comes on Saturday. And the people that are watching this that do get cut, what can you say to them that they need to hear?
So I will absolutely say, do not convey your emotions publicly. Because believe it or not, and I'm gonna be real here,
Yep.
Tyler looks at that. There were many cases last year from top 50 to 25 and even 25 to 10 that some people made very public statements. Um, and again, that's not to, put anybody on blast. We're not naming names or who did it.
Nope.
But Tyler 100% looks at that. And also, I know the partners 100% look at that. And if Tyler misses something, it's kind of like an obligation to be like, hey, so and so is doing this. And it's not snitching, it's just
We just
some
want to
people,
protect. We want to protect this family that we've
right?
grown. Yeah.
Because some people really went down a depressive path last year. So, with that being said, there is nothing wrong with feeling your emotions. Obviously, 50 to 25 is a big step.
Yeah.
There is nothing wrong with being mad, angry, upset, disappointed, whether you're disappointed in yourself or the decision. You're justified and you're valid for feeling that. However, I 100% would not post anything publicly as I know it's your profile. I know it's your social media account. I understand it. And I say that to say this because the opportunities that might come after this for you to still get picked up is 100% still on the table.
Yes.
And
Yep.
and what capacity? Obviously, neither of us know what it is, and none of the partners know. But it is 100% on the table that there could still be opportunities when this is over to still get picked up as a partner. Um, but I mean, also though, with that being said, look, man, like you said, being invited to an invitational by other people, by the partners, is already step one that people that were trying on their own didn't receive the opportunity for. So that is
Yeah.
already speaking largely of who you are, not just as a content creator, but a whole person perspective. We obviously think you're a good person and you obviously make outstanding content. So for you to even be invited again is actually a big, not something to sneeze at. I know you didn't get the results that you wanted at the end, but the fact that you're made it to 25 or made it to 50 is still, it's still, you
Still
deserve to
huge.
pat yourself. Yeah, pat yourself on the back for it.
Yeah.
And then it's, look, if you need a week off, you need a couple weeks off, take the time, because I know, even when I got cut at 50 last fall, I was like, as much as I still want to do this and like
That was a
be
lot
all
of
gung ho,
content. Like,
that was a lot of content. Holy
yeah.
cow.
Yeah.
Like, no, thank you. I'll put the Respawn Top 25 2023 to show how much I appreciate you, but I'm out.
Like, give
Like,
me a minute. Yeah.
give me a minute.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with doing that, but as long as you internalize how far you've come, and maybe along the way while you were making these cuts, if you were taking notes or you were making mental notes of what you could have improved on, that just weaponizes your chances for August, because you now have an experience that the people that didn't get invited, or the people that were trying, or people that simply didn't even know and are walking in blind come August,
Yep.
you have an actual step up on a lot of people. So again,
Right.
it's opportunity versus adversity. To me, is what it boils down to. If you don't make top 25, do you want to have the opportunity to be a better creator or be a better time manager or XYZ, or do you want to just sit with the adversity that you didn't make the partnership?
Right.
So
Yeah. Great answer. And I think it just goes to show, like, if you look at the current partners now, and again, I'm going to say their names, Breadman and Hydrated, they were not partnered during their challenge, and they still showed the appreciation and the love for Respawn and just their dedication. And, a couple months down the line, they get that message, and hey, we see you're still hanging around, you're still doing great work. Would you like to be a partner? Like, just because these again, the word challenge. Just because these challenges are out here doesn't mean you can only be a partner by winning a
Right.
challenge. Like, you're still
Right.
showing that you love it. You're still showing that
Yep.
you're here. And Party touched on it a little bit. You know, come August, there might be another challenge coming out, and you know, that's like the yearly one that Respawn has, and that's an open challenge. You don't have to be invited for that. So again, like he said, it's so great that you got invited to this top 100, but do not give up. Keep going. Like, it's gonna fly by. August will be here very
Give up.
soon.
Hmm. Yep.
So,
Yep. Yep.
do you have anything you would like to say to anyone that doesn't know who you are, who is meeting you for the first time? I feel like this invitationals, a lot of people actually know each other because it is you know hand selected. But anyone that is watching Cushing Confessions for the first time and meeting you, anything you would like to add on?
Yeah, I know. I'm Party. As mentioned, I've been within this community for quite some time. But outside of this, I am a 12-year Army vet. I was in the military for 12 years. I reside in Colorado Springs. I got out of Fort Carson August of 2022, and I just ended up staying. But for the most part, I have always been a musical streamer. Um, um, because everybody, they do Call of Duty, everybody does Fortnite, everybody does Apex, and that's not knocking it, but I've always wanted to be different.
Yep.
Because I obviously play Fortnite during the week, so
Right.
um, pot meat kettle. Um, but I've always wanted to be different. So I've always played rock band, and throughout the years, I've already known that music brings people together, and it's a big mental health bridge. Um, and especially as the more and more I was streaming Rock Band, I was getting more and more comments of, "Man, the songs you're playing are really hitting today. I had a
Yeah.
really rough day." Or I get comments of, "I'm just doing my homework. I'm doing housework. I'm doing chores. I'm doing X, Y, Z. But man, I'm vibing to the music right now, and it's just making my tasks fly by."
Right.
And I've and I don't really. I mean, as much as I love people that talk and chat, like the basis of my streams are everyday life. Because we all love music. We're all doing something musically inclined. Driving to work with the radio on, you're doing something with music. And if people are acknowledging that my streams are a part of their everyday life, then that's the best compliment that I could ever receive. Um, and then recently, there was a game also by Harmonix that was put out during quarantine. It's called Fuser.
Mm.
If you don't know about that game, it's where you have songs, and you pick bass, rhythm,
Mm.
lyrics, harmonies, and you pick and choose those four pieces from a stack of songs, and you
Mm.
literally are remixing songs. What It's not an AI base. It's not like what typical DJs have. They have an
Right.
AI generator now on their laptop that'll pick and automatically mix it for them. So they just do whatever on their deck. This is actually me picking and choosing
Mm.
stems from various songs, and we vibe. And I got back into that while my original Rock Band guitar actually broke. I want to say around last fall. It was like right around the end of the last recruits. It broke, and so as I was waiting for the replacement, I was like, "Oh, I have this. Why don't we just make it a filler?" And that's what we do on Friday. So I dub it Fuser Fridays. We do everything from country to trap music. We do everything from house to just Pokemon remixes. You
Love it.
throw a you throw a bass line on the red, Pokemon Red, freaking just 8-bit music from a Pokemon game, and it's a trip. But yeah, so that's
And
what we
it's a
do
party.
Friday.
It's a party. You
It
guys
is
can
a
see the
party.
lights
Yeah,
behind him already.
yeah, yeah. It's a party.
That's how it
So yeah,
is.
yeah. And so now normally too, I do quite a bit of shotgunning, but we
Mhm.
shotgun waters and we chug waters now. I can't do
Yeah,
alcohol,
yeah. Can't be doing
but
that.
Yeah, but you know the fun like that will return, but we have to pump the brakes and
Of course.
drink water.
Of course, of course. And lastly, the people can find you on Kick.
Yeah, Kick. I still do have my Twitch profile. That is Partysaurus Rex 123. But I will put the little note out there. I only have that for moderation and for special events like what we did with Kate. So I was streaming on both. But
Right.
if somebody that I'm hosting or doing an event with has a Twitch profile, then I'll fire mine up. But I am mainly on Kick. And then my Instagram, same thing, Partysaurus Rex 123, TikTok, Partysaurus Rex 123. So
And guys, I will be linking all of this down in the description. You'll be able to find all of Party's stuff. You'll be able to find all of my stuff. And this has kind of been a special episode of Cushing Confessions. This was the exclusive episode with Party Source Rex. So thank you, Party, for being here. We appreciate you coming on. Frosty and I both appreciate you. So thank you so much. And good luck, recruits. Hopefully we can see you guys in the next one. Next episode will be over on Frosty's channel. So go ahead and check that out. Have a good night, guys. Peace.
have a good one.